Hello everyone, you are welcome to lecture number that is EC, that is Economic 23, and the topic is the impact of demonetization of economy of the countries. What is the impact of demonetization on the economies of the countries? And here I am going to share not only my experience but my pain. What happened in India, that was in November 2016. I was on leave and I was in India, Delhi. So let me share my pain. At 8 p.m. in the night, our Prime Minister came on TV and he mentioned, that was on 8th of November 2016, that from tomorrow onward, the currency notes of denomination 1000 rupees, we call it rupees, and 500 rupees will be no more legal tender, and it should not be legal in circulation in the market. We heard this news. After that, what impact I saw in the morning, that was just like war. I was in Delhi. People were rushing and here and there, just like madness. What to do? There was big rush in the bank. I had some Indian currency in denomination of 500, 1000 currency of India. I asked my driver what to do. He said, "Sir, I can't do anything." But I said that only few notes are there in the denomination of 100 or 50. We have to do something. Then he said that I can go and join the queue line in the bank. And he said that, "Sir, it will take whole day." It was fight in front of bank. So the whole population of 1.4 billion people was subjected to naked humiliation, was subjected to pain, and their happiness was stolen. It was just like robbery of 1.4 billion human beings. And what reason was given? That I am coming to this point. The reason was given by Indian leadership that to check the black money. What is that? To check the black money. And counterfeit currency means fake money. To check the terrorism, because terrorists are also keeping a lot of this money, smugglers and drug dealers, so many things. So it was target to black money. And to target that black money, listen carefully, to target the black money, maybe some few thousand people were involved out of 1.4 billion people. Just to chase them, to catch them, the 1.4 billion population was subjected to such a hardship and humiliation. And roughly more than 140 people died. Some in the bank, some got heart attack, some because of dehydration, sickness, and it went up to that extent. Once I say that their happiness was stolen, was robbed, means some could not perform properly their children's marriage, their old age parents, they could not get proper treatment in the hospital because they were not having currency. It became illegal tender. It was legal only inside the bank. You go and deposit, only deposit. And after that, they said that go and try in ATM machine. Most of the ATM machines were not having money. The new monetized the exchange of new note out of old note was not available. Then the news came that you can withdraw some limited amount, 5,000 and 10,000 like that. It was not enough. So it was a big pain. And sorry, I am sorry to mention, at that time, our learned economist, he was also our Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, highly respected economist. He was doctorate. He had lot of posts internationally, even at UNO level, World Bank level, in India as a governor, just like here CBN. He mentioned that this step is going to reduce the GDP of India up to the extent of 2%. 2% reduction of GDP. Because Indian GDP today is 3.6 trillion of 1.4 billion population. So at that time it was 3 trillion economy. He said that it will be like that. India is going to suffer a lot. Anyway, so what happened? It is just like to catch few thousand or few hundred smugglers, black marketeers, and then crook people, those who are holding illegal money. And once we say black money, black economy means first thing that tax is not paid to the revenue department. In all countries, government employees, parastatals, even in private sector, they are disciplined, they are paying the taxes. Then second group people are there that who are involved in drug business or smuggling. They are few in the whole world. So because of few people, 1.4 billion human beings were subjected to such type of pain, physical pain, mental pain, financial pain. And it was the process of demonetization. No more legal tender in the market, in the circulation of 500 and 1,000 note. And if you calculate that currency note in terms of US dollar, that is 1,000, it is today roughly $25. I am talking of Indian, I will come to Nigerian perspective. Why I have taken this case? Because yesterday news came that again the same leadership has announced that now 2,000 Indian rupees currency note will not be legal tender after September 2023. 30th September is the last date. So people are rushing again to deposit to the banks. But mass media is saying in India that no, you should not worry, because these some maybe big smugglers or crook people, they are holding such a big denomination money, that is 2,000 rupees. Masses have nothing to do. No, masses have to do. Because there are many people who are poor, even beggar. They keep 2-3 note of high denomination so that at least it is not bulky. So the whole population is again involved. And again they are saying that is because of devaluation of the Indian rupees. Devaluation is not like Nigeria. There it happened that from 50 rupees to $1, it has gone to 80 rupees, 80. So to check balance, and because of black money, again, the same slogan, black money, black economy, black money. That's why I'm saying what is black money. And my question is, if suppose, whether it is Nigeria or India, if I keep 1 million, 2 million, 10 million in my house after paying the tax, you are saying it is illegal, it is crime? It means in my pocket, whatever money is there is crime, only it is legal in bank? No, not at all. I mean, to hold my money in my house, in my pocket, is crime? Because you are saying that deposit to bank. Only in bank it is legal tender. It is legal. Once you are holding the same money in my pocket or in my house, is no more legal tender. No, it is not acceptable, because the whole population is subjected to humiliation, to hardship, to pain. It is very easy to come and announce that from tomorrow this thing is going to happen without considering the pain of 1.4 billion or 216 million Nigerian population. So what I mean to say, try to understand, the indicator of any country to be prosperous, first condition is stability of the currency. You have never seen that Americans, Saudi Arabians, Japanese, they have never did demonetization. And there is also, it doesn't mean that they are superhuman beings. There are some population, they are involved in corrupt practices, but that is negligible, insignificant. Same insignificant people are there, but some other big issues are there, especially two things which are very, very damaging to any country. First, devaluation, and they say to protect devaluation that no, it helps in export import, it helps in servicing our debt, it helps in economic growth, but these things are not justified once you are subjecting to your 216 million people to hardship, to pain, 1.4 billion Indians to pain. No. So let me come and tell why I am saying this. If suppose we are talking of India, India is having, for example, India is having GDP. GDP means gross domestic product. It includes everything, external, internal, all sources of income and everything. That is called GDP of any country. Is having $3.6 trillion. Okay? Then Nigeria is having GDP that is 500 billion. And it is having 216 million population, and this India is having 1.4 billion population. I am taking these two countries first. India is having 3.6 trillion economy with 1.4 billion population. If suppose few thousand or even up to 1 million people are involved in corrupt practice, in smuggling, mismanagement of money, even it will not reach up to 1%, will not be even up to 2%, maybe up to 1% of the population. So only 1% of the population or 1.5% of the population, they are involved in smuggling or black marketing, what they are saying is stealing, drug pushing. So because of 1%, and with that 3.6 trillion economy, only 1% of that is nothing, is negligible. For that, you are subjecting to 1.4 billion population to pain, to suffering. Is a big question mark. We are in democratic culture. We have elected government. It's a republic, by the people, for the people, not for the dictator, that who has no feeling of their population masses, poorest of the poor. Second, in Nigeria also, and this here, the exchange rate is, for example, in the case of India, rupees 1000 is equal to 25 US dollar. So if suppose somebody is holding some money, few million of Indian rupees, it will be few thousand of US dollar. And here in the case of Nigeria, the highest denomination is Naira 2000. It is equal to 1 point, not 2000, sorry, highest denomination here it is 1000, that is Indian. 1000 is 1.3. Can you imagine such a poor value that if you are exchanging $1,000, you are getting $1, $1.3. So if someone is holding millions, even billion, it will not be 100 or 200 million dollars, maybe $1-2 million. And while you are having 500 billion GDP. So in that 500 billion GDP, if somebody is dealing, it is not even 1%, it is negligible corruption. If you compare to humiliate the 216 million Nigerians to say that 31st December is the last date, and by that time your currency will be like a tissue paper, will not be legal tender. And how I have noticed in Maiduguri how people suffered and suffering, because local people in villages, in India also 70%, 60% population is in rural area. In Nigeria, more than 70% are in rural area. Still 80% transaction of their local currency, not by ATM card. It is by local currency. That's why 80% I'm saying is still today. And what they mentioned that it is why we are following for cashless policy. What is the meaning of cashless? You cannot deny cash. Cash in hand, cash in pocket, cash in market. You can say that it is less cash. More ATM, electronic, less cash. You cannot say cashless. The very advanced economy in finance is there in New York. Last year I was in New York because my daughter is there, so I used to visit. I went to Jackson Heights and Manhattan, very posh area of New York, where I wanted to buy something for $5 or $10, like street food, street side. They ask cash. They said, no, we don't deal with ATM, with electronic money. So even in New York, London, everywhere, we need cash. And in Nigeria, India, cash is the king. Cash, money in hand, is just like king of all currency. Whatever electronic, virtual, no substitute, nothing. And it's still 80% population of Nigeria and India, they are dealing in cash. We are boasting Indians, they are, on top in terms of digital currency and digital banking and digital software, artificial intelligence, a lot. But there is if and but. But still, 80% transactions, they are in cash. The same thing here, we should not say cashless. It is not possible. We should say that less cash. And let us try more ATM. And especially in Maiduguri where I am talking, I tried my ATM, sometimes it fails. Because the internet networking is poor signal. It is not giving, sometimes, it's very difficult to use. So in all the circumstances, cash is the best option. Now, coming to that impact, that what I am talking. So it has two impact. Demonetization, domestic and international. your demonetization, devaluation of the currency is having two impacts. One within your country, other outside country. Do you understand? So here I was discussing the devaluation, demonetization of any country's currency is having two impacts. One is domestic inside the country, other one is international platform. And you know, any country on international platform, the indicator of that country to be stable and prosperous are three main factors. First, stability of the currency. Second, balance of export and import. And the third one, that is the control of inflation. That and the human resources means skilled manpower. If these ingredients are there in any country, that country on international platform is considered to be prosperous and stable country. When I came to Nigeria in 1980s, 1 naira was equal to 1.6 US dollar. It was in 1980s. Today, 760 naira is equal to 1 US dollar. That is in 2023. You can see the extent of devaluation without any ratio. That from such condition in 41 year, it has gone from 1 naira was equal to 1.6 dollar, and today 760 naira is for 1 dollar. In 1,000 naira, 1,000 naira is equal to $1, $1.3. So it is having lot of local impact in this sense. They are saying lot of things. Economy that what will happen, it will boost our economy, export, import, people will be attracted, and then of course we can manage the debt servicing, so many things. But in reality, one thing that everybody knows, that 216 million Nigerians, standard of living is compromised, and deep poverty, the percentage is increased because of devaluation, demonetization of currency. It has lot of negative impact on the quality of life, standard of life of that nation. The same thing is happening in India. They are following just like chronic capitalism. Few people, maybe 10 or 15 people are having more than 80% wealth of India. Same thing is happening here. So that is main domestic problem. International impact is people will not be having confidence in your currency. They will be reluctant to invest the money, their dollar, because tomorrow they don't know. There may be demonetization. There may be sharp devaluation. So on international platform, they will not take you seriously. No, you are not a stable country from financial point of view. And all these indicators, demonetization, devaluation, inflation, is towards financial bankruptcy. Financially you are bankrupt. That's why you are following such type of measures. That impression is there. Now let us come to strength of currency. Actually, one thing is very important to understand. One is, I am not economist, but as an educated person, I can understand all these simple economic parameters, what we are suffering. One is called, that is strength of your currency naira. And other one is purchasing power. Of course, your purchasing power, once it is devalued, such sharp devaluation is there, where now for $1 we have to give 760 naira today. It means our purchasing power is very much reduced drastically. But the strength of currency is another factor. And strength of currency means, if suppose I am there, anybody, Mr. A, he is having naira 1000. Mr. A is having naira 1000. Now he has gone to pharmacy to purchase the drug, then rice, then chair, then car wash, then wheat, then barber. So, for example, if that 1000 naira Mr. A is having, Mr. A has gone to pharmacy shop to buy medicine for 1000 for him. So that 1000 naira has gone to pharmacy hand. So first change is there. There is first change. Then second, this pharmacy man has come, he got that 1000 naira to buy the rice for his family. Then the second change is there for that one. The same 1000 naira is circulating. Then he has gone to buy some sofa or chair. Then third change. Then he has gone to some car wash to technician. So it is fourth change. Then again that man has got the same 1000 naira. He went to buy the wheat. He need that. So with that naira 1000 he came to fifth place. And then other man has got that after wheat. That man has gone to barber for haircut. So that is the sixth, like that. So the strength of your currency depends that from morning till evening, how many hands it is touching, in how many hands it is exchanged. If it is changed in 20 hands, it means you have very activated with demand and supply of the country. Currency is moving very fast for all the service sector. But if same 1000 naira you are holding in bank and it is not given in the pocket, that's why if good pocket money, good salary is there, it is going to support your demand. You will buy more, you have more purchasing power. Once you are purchasing more, the demand will go to industries and industries will start producing more. So more demand, more supply, and in this way your currency note will be having more strength. Not purchasing power, strength is very important. If any country where the currency is not circulating in many hands, it means in that country there is disbalance in industrial manufacturing sector and general population. Because currency is not showing any strength. Strength is very important. Our strength means all the people are involved of activities. Some is hair cutting, somebody is selling wheat, somebody is selling rice, somebody is selling medicine, somebody is selling juice, somebody is selling bicycle, like that. So human activities, that's why during COVID-19, the strength of currencies globally became poor. Because human activities were seized. We are indoor, no activity. So in Nigeria or India or in any country, if we don't have strength to our currency, it is a serious issue. It means manufacturing sector, industrial sector, financial sector, banking sector, problems are there. You must have strength. Purchasing power is a different issue. Strength means circulation in many hands. One currency has gone to many service hands. That determines the strength of your currency. It's not in bookish language, so many things they are saying, but this is the practical meaning of the strength of currency. So in nutshell, the case of India and Nigeria is not same but similar. Similar in the sense, both are involved in demonetization, both are having devaluation, and in both countries, the finance is bankrupted. And on international market, when we are going for any transaction, only few currencies are there, and where I call dollar is the king of international platform. Dollar. Is king of all currency because your 80% transaction on international platform is done in dollar. Your reserve is in dollar. The other currencies are there like sterling pound, that is British, Japanese yen, Chinese currency, Riyal, that is Saudi Arabia. They are considered as stable currency. No more devaluation. I have never seen such devaluation. I used to visit to Saudi Arabia in 80s. I used to change. $1 is equal to 3.75 Riyal. Today, the same exchange rate is there. After 40 years, $1 is equal to 3.75 Riyal. So why they are maintaining? Why they are not going for demonetization? Why they are not going for devaluation? Because they know it. It's not that they are super honest. All these activities are also human activities are going on. But such type of notorious activities, corruption, mismanagement, and not paying proper tax, they are insignificant. They are only in decimal or 1%, 2%, because of 1-2% economy. They are not subjecting their millions and millions. It is 34 million Saudi Arabia population, and their GDP is 1.8 trillion US dollar. So they are not subjecting their 34 million population because of 1%. The same thing, my argument, that in India and Nigeria, we should not subject to our masses, innocent masses, because of few people in decimal, because of 1%, because our GDP is 3.6 trillion, 500 billion US dollar, and for few million dollars, we are subjecting to pain and suffering to our hundreds of millions of innocent population. So with this I will stop, and my good wishes that in future the economists, financial gurus, those who are involved in banking sector, let them sit together and do such type of financial analysis or financial statistical data for inflation, devaluation, demonetization, so that our hundreds and billions of population are not subjected to suffering. It is my good wishes. Thank you very much for watching the lecture.